Right.
All right, let me start the screen share so you see. Share screen. I'll just share my whole screen. Can you see? Can you see
Yes.
the epic pen?
Let me make that full screen. Yeah, I think I see it. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, perfect. All right. Okay, so this will be a gold Mundo top lane VOD review, and we'll see where this leads. Okay, so first let me just check what are you running here. Grasp is good. Okay, so your matchup is Garen. We'll talk about it in a bit. This is good. This is good. This is good. This is yeah. This is all good. It all makes sense. We'll get it here, and then we'll minute like, okay, no, okay, I'm gonna stop here. So let's talk about the matchup. What can you tell me into Mundo and Garen matchup? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
Generally, like so as you know, I also played Garen.
Yes. Yeah.
And on both sides, I found that being Garen is better. I think it's sort of like, especially because in the early game you can sort of poke with your Q on Garen, and yeah, if you miss position with Mundo, and Garen can sort of sit on you, he can chunk you down really hard with the E. Especially if this guy is running TP, but especially like if he has Ignite also, then he has quite a bit of like dive pressure on you once he's level 6. So you have to be really careful about not mispositioning yourself. So that's I guess more or less that. Okay. So I feel like once you get the Triforce or like some components of the Triforce, it becomes really difficult to do something.
Okay. Nice. All right. I mean, it kind of makes sense, yeah. But here's my thoughts, okay, on it, okay. So first and foremost, Prefix he outsustains you due to his passive, right? Typically. And he wins long trades because of his E and attack speed, all that, right? He wins short trades because of his Q, unless you manage to like you manage to just poke him. Not like take trades, but just poke him with your own Q, right? Poke, right? Just like throw out your Q and not take any damage, right? That would be the standard. See, thing is, you have Grasp, right? And he has this. Okay, he has Electrocute. Did you notice that in game?
So it's like procs damage when you do a couple of different abilities, right?
But since if you do three damaging abilities, it procs extra damage, right? But he has no sustain from Conqueror, right? No true damage that Conqueror provides, which means he isn't as strong. He's more like you never want to run this on Garen either way. But like if he has it, he's basically going for like a burst, right? So you because he doesn't have Conqueror, you out sustain him with Grasp, which means you could take short trades. So that's my thoughts on it. Okay. Now let's talk about the start of the game. So this is bad. Standing here.
Okay.
Why is that? Is because what you want to do level 1 is rush into this bush. You want to rush into this bush, stand there, right? If you meet him here, then you try to leave and you kite him with your... you try to leave back through here, right? And you kite him with your Qs backwards, right? And then you are sustaining with Grasp, essentially, right? Do during kiting, right? So you just kite him, and that's it. You don't take a full fight with him, level 1. Like, there's no way you win that, right?
Yeah.
So you do that, and since you're doing that, then he should not be able to get onto you easy, right? Even if you still slightly lose the trade, it's still fine, right? But if that doesn't happen, and you enter the bush, right? You enter into this bush, and you stand here, right? Minions come. You come out, you tank the wave for him here, right? Like you just take damage from the wave and you go back into the bush there, right? Like that. What that will do is the first 3 minions that come here, right? Will all 3, or at least at the minimum, at least these first 2, and ideally all 3 of these will attack one of your minions. A single one. What will that do is let the wave push into you. Which means you can set up a freeze and you'll never be able to get ganked. He's never going to be able to pull the wave towards himself, etc, 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 right? At that point, you can look to zone and poke him, right?
Okay.
Another mistake I see you did is take this into Garen. Typically, this is a good item for Mundo to start with into certain matchups, right? It's not a good
Yeah.
item to start into Garen because his damage does not come from auto attacks. Why you take this is to deny auto attacks, right? Auto attacks and like enhance your own auto attacks, right? Sorry, I kind of blanked there. But basically, Garen does not auto attack. He does E, which is spin, right? And he does Q, which is the proc. I guess it is an auto attack with enhanced auto attack, but like this is not where the most of damage comes from. This is where it comes from, right?
Yeah.
So what you want there is cloth armor, right? And as many pots as possible, right? So what that will give you, it will give you two things, okay? Number one, it will give you survivability and sustain with more pots, right? And secondly, what it will give you is the ability to instantly build into either Sunfire, Ninja Tabis, etc., 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 right?
Yeah.
Because you want to outscale them, right? Like that's your goal. Right. Like you're not achieving anything by being here. Or even like you could be here protecting the buff, even though this is kind of useless. You just need to ward
you
it.
told me not to do that last
don't do that. Don't do that.
Now I'm under the tower.
don't protect the buff, right? But like protecting the buff is still better than just being here. The ideal situation is being here, right? To look to pull the wave. Okay, we get into the laning phase. You throw out your cleaver. I would never throw out the cleaver like that instantly because. So essentially how spells work in this game, especially spells like Mundo Q, Blitz Q, Morgana Q, any of those like throwing spells, right? Like for example, in this game it would be like Jin's W, right? Like stuff like that, right? They work in the sense that like it's not the spell that you're scared of, right? That like will take your HP away. It's the actual threat of having it, right? Like that he can throw it out at any moment, right? But if you throw it out, he should just trade you right here, right? Because you just missed and you like don't have any damage to return, right? Okay, so you hit this minion, and why? Why did you hit it?
Yeah, I mean, as you said, I have to sort of make a decision whether to try to get to level 2 or not to, or to sort of concede.
Yeah.
And as I wrote, I'm not really sure when I should make which decision. So I think here I opted for trying to compete for the level 2 advantage early.
So when do you go for level 2 and when do you concede? Let's talk about that. You go for level 2 when when you have kill pressure or you can when you have kill pressure or you need prior, right? That's the only time you go for level 2. And you will never have kill pressure into Garen as Mundo level 2, right? Like I'm trying to think of matches that you would have kill pressure in as Mundo at level 2. I don't think there's many, to be honest. Maybe give me a champion because I can't think of any like that you have kill pressure on level 2 as Mundo.
Maybe Nasus. I mean, you can really count down on Nasus.
Sure, Nasus, why not? So like against Nasus, you would go for the first 3 waves, you crash them, and then you reset the wave. You crash them into turret, right? Then you reset the wave here, and then you look to freeze, right? Then you can chunk him down, blah 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 in between, right? But that's what you would go for, right? But in matchups where level 2 game gives you nothing, and you need the wave to be here because number one, your jungler has no pressure, and their jungler has way more pressure, which means if he comes, and you're here, you're pretty much dead, right? Because simply just you're never winning a 2v2 there, right? And he's gonna come from top side because he started bot side because Garen was here early, right? Like how Garen was not late to lane, which means he started bot side, which means you should expect a level 3 gank, right? And the Graves has more pressure than Master E, which means you will not win level 2. Master E will probably not even come because it's Master E, right? So you're looking at getting ganked, right? And if you push out and you get ganked, you're pretty much dead. If you push out and you go for a level 2 kill, it's not gonna happen because you're Dr. Mundo, right? However, if you let it push into you, right, you can freeze up the wave, you can look to zone, you can look to you're basically safe, right? Like we talked about this, like stay under turret and go for level 6. That's what you told me, like most Mundo 1-tricks do, or whatever, And I mean, if that's your goal, this is not gonna do that, right? That's good. That's a good trade. You need to use up the bush. As soon as that happens, you need to go into the bush. You need to. First and foremost, you need to choose a side which you play on. You don't just stand in the middle of the minion wave. If you're looking to auto attack him in the between the creeps, you need to play on this side, right? Like closer to here, so you can use the bush more frequently, right? If you want to kite him out of the minion wave, and you know that, like, if you want to go here, right, like after the fight and you kite him with your Q6, and then you play this side, right? You don't just stand in the middle of here. Now, when do you play this side? We talked about playing this side, right? The bush side. So you play the bush side whenever you want to auto attack him, and use the bush to lose minion aggro, whatever, right? Like take extended traits, blah blah blah. You play this side when you have your jungler here, right? So if he chases, he's a dead meat, right? Or you play this side when you can turn around the fight in the river, etc., 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 right? So that's the decision to make. You don't just stand in the middle of the wave, right? Okay, he's gonna go for this. No, okay, this is fine. You still out-sustain him. You don't use your Q for the minions. Do not do that. Just go up and take him normally. No, now it's slow pushing into Garen. You can just walk up. You don't need to use your Q then. Like, it's fine if he Qs you once or whatever, right? You have a bigger wave, which means you should fight in here. Okay, that's good. Now keep zoning him. Zone. Don't just let him get... It's okay to... Okay, so let's talk about this, okay? So you hit a level 2 here, right? You hit a level 2, right? And this minion is 1 HP, right? But Garen is this minion, this, and this minion away from hitting level 2 himself, right?
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you miss those 20 gold here as long as you get the XP, but if you deny him this level 2, you can just literally stand here. You see what I'm drawing? And make him miss XP and gold and delay his level 2, etc., 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 right? But like, you just let him get it for free because you want. Fight him, you're level 2. Like, why did you just not take the longer trade? He was level 1, you're level 2. What can he do after he throws out that Q? What's the one thing he can do after he just threw out that Q when he's level 1?
Yeah, I guess not much.
Exactly. So you need to fight him in those scenarios. It's okay if like he has a if you're fighting in his minion wave, as long as you're level 2 and he's level 1, you're gonna win that every time, even if you're Mundo and you're not exactly the strongest at level 2. This is what you should have done when he was level 1. It's good you did it now, that he took a favorable trade. Oh, bush. Oh, there you go, that's good.
Yeah, I've been learning a bit.
Okay, good job. Now, let's look at the lane state, okay? So you have a shit ton of minions, right? He has a couple minions, right? But the lane state is not great. If Graves comes, you're chicken, barbecue chicken, simple as that, right? So at this point, what you need to do, you need to crash this wave as soon as possible. Like, you need to make it go into the turret so it bounces back. Like, you cannot be here right now. You have to push really hard. You can't just be freezing here. Like, this is not good. You need to push really hard right now because this, basically, if Graves came top right now, it would be barbecue chicken. There's no question about it, right? So just shove it. Oh, that's unlucky.
Nobody saw that.
Sure, why not? How much gold do you have? 300, okay, so here, when this happens, when you crash this wave into the turret, right? This wave into the turret, and there's nothing for you to gain here. I would go and ward a bit deeper, like here, or even here, if you think you have that much time, not just ward here, because this, by the time, if your wave is up here, and you're here, by the time you see him here, you're already dead. This ward does not do anything for you. So just ward a bit deeper. Now you need to crash the wave. You need to go up there and make it crash. You can't just be standing here. Because see how bad this is? You need to go and make the wave fully crash.
I think I'm sort of afraid of the Graves coming, so I'm doing nothing. Like I don't dare to come close to the turret because I know he might be coming. Okay, now I actually saw him. And then again, I don't want to back, so I just end up chilling sort of in the...
Okay, so I'm going to address that, okay? So, where was Master Yi during this whole thing?
He was farming his blue, right?
He's topside. He's just topside. Let's just leave it like that. Master Yi is topside, right? Garen is at his own turret, which means he cannot help out in the river, and if he tries to like join the fight, he's going to miss out on a lot, right? So... If Graves comes, you can just kite him towards Master Yi and then you just 2v1 him. And if Garen comes, you misses out on a lot. And it takes him a long time to come from here, right? Like, look, he still cannot come. So you should not be afraid in those scenarios where your jungler's on that other side. Wait, why did Master Yi leave? What the fuck?
Yeah, this becomes a mess because he left and then, okay, I also leave and then he goes in again and then he's actually gonna die, I think. Yeah. I think he's gonna die. Yeah,
Okay,
but I
traded.
killed the Graves.
Oh, you should take one here. Just go here. Yeah, now go back. Let's see what you get. Okay. This is fine, yeah. Okay, don't TP like this. This is a really bad teleport. So this teleport does not do anything because by the time you get to lane without teleporting, this wave will not have crashed into your turret, right? And it will have pushed out for you to have a perfect freeze around here, like where I'm drawing right now, like just down there. Alright? But by you TPing, you're just gonna crash the wave and do nothing. You like the only time you TP here is if the wave is like right here and you're losing it, like a big wave right here. You're not gonna lose it. Guardian is just gonna try to push out, but by the time you arrive, it's gonna be like right here, which is perfect freeze setup for you, right? And you also have an extra TP on top of that.
Yeah. I'm still having a hard time, evaluating how much time I have. Like, will I have time, or will he be able to like take a plate or whatever?
To be honest, I just experience to like.
Yeah, of course.
Right now, I need to crash the wave. You can't just be sitting here like there's no reason. You just have to crash the wave to deny. Okay, so you crash the wave here because you have a big wave. You need to bounce it, and you deny him from backing if you bounce it, right? If you bounce it, right?
Yeah.
Oh, you're gonna deny cannon. Good. This is good that you denied him a cannon. Really good. Now crash the wave. You can't be freezing. This is like technically this is okay because Graves is not here, right? But like in reality, you could bounce the wave, come back, and have a freeze like right here. Because the wave is gonna crash, then you can manipulate it in a way where it's like good for you, right? Like where it pulls into your turret. Do you see what I mean? Because you can never make this wave pull into your turret because it's way too big, right? Like your own wave is too big. I mean, this is good. You're denying him CS, but like you should crash it and like look to deny it on the next one, make it bounce, right? Now you see because you didn't push fast enough. Now it's not fully crashed, which means he can freeze you. See what I mean? Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah, I think I've at this point decided that
you need to poke him here. You just you need to okay, good poke, but like you walked a bit too. Do you know the Mundo cleaver ranges? Because like you seem to walk a bit too close to him when you try to cleaver him, like often.
I think I have a decent intuition, but
like right now you could cleaver him. That took a bit.
Yeah, but it's harder, right? I mean, then it's easier for him to dodge. Like if I come closer, it's much harder for him to dodge it.
Okay, so here's the thing. Okay, dodging in League of Legends is not an intuition thing. It's not a reaction. Dodging is not a reaction. He cannot react in time to your cleavers because there is ping, right? Like he likely has around 40 ms. Like that's what average player has. In at 40 it could be like 20 at lowest, and it could be like up to 80. Unless he's playing on like potato position, he's like on 200, right? But then he would not be like at least gold. He would be like silver at most, like maybe even bronze, iron, whatever, right? He has ping, right? So plus there is latency from his screen, which is 1 ms to like 20 ms, whatever the fuck latency your screen has, right? There's latency in between, in between the reaction time of his eyes as well, right? Because all humans don't have perfect reactions, right? So how dodging actually works is people predict what you're gonna do, right?
Yeah.
So what it comes down to is when he's walking like this. Okay, so wait, I'm gonna clear off all this, right? When he's walking like this, right? He's walking like this, right? You just throw the cleaver like this. So because he's gonna try to dodge it, right? He's gonna try to predict. Like you can, okay, if you go back here and you're gonna see how he's trying to predict you. Wait, I'm gonna clear this. Wait, I'm gonna go back a bit. And look at the way he walks. He always like takes a step back when you're there. Look, he walks. Wait. He walks, bomb, like changes directions, walks, changes directions. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So you should expect him to like change it back. That's what you should look for. Look into like the way he's like trying to now. Okay, so now you because you didn't crash the wave, you have to crash this one as well. Because if you do some maths, right? 4, 5, 3, 6, 6 versus 5. which means it's obviously gonna crash into him. Like, you cannot freeze this as well, because you didn't crash the wave fully again. So since you cannot set up a freeze, you need to crash it again. And wait for the next wave, right?
Yeah.
So that's what you should do.
But in what situation does one want to do this slow push thing instead?
The slow push?
Yeah, because now we're talking about freezing versus crashing a lot, right?
Yeah.
Is it at some point that I want to sort of collect
You mean
as much
yeah.
is that possible and just crash it into him? Is it
Yeah.
only when I'm looking for a dive, or is it any other situation?
There is a lot of situations where you want to slow push. So diving is one of them, right? Number two is roaming. Slow pushing is so good for roaming because he's gonna have like fucking 20 minions, which means not 20, like I don't know, 12 minions, whatever. Like whatever the number is, right? He has that many minions here, right? Which means he cannot follow your roams, right? So you if you want to roam, you go for that, right? Third, backing. Slow pushing is really good if you want to back later, right? Because he's not gonna be able to back in time because he has a big wave, right? Slow pushing is really bad if you have no jungle pressure, because by the time you build up a wave, it could turn into what's the word for that? It could turn into It could turn into a like basically Graves' gank window improves significantly each time you're trying to slow push, etc., because the wave is slowly moving towards him, right? Which means there's a huge window for him to gank, right?
Yeah.
So if you have Master E top, or if you have like a Lee on the map, whatever, it's fine because Lee Sin is gonna be able to do something on the map. If Graves comes top, Lee Sin is gonna be able to gank something, blah 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 blah. Master E just wants to farm. He can't even invade because if he invades and gets caught in the jungle, he's fucked, right? So slow pushing is really hard there. Also, another reason you want to slow push, number 4 is fighting, right? Because you're building a wave. So not necessarily dive, but like you're building a wave to fight, right? Like you could just build a wave to fight him in that wave, right? If he wants to come up. So like these are reasons where slow pushing is good, right? But freezing versus crashing is essentially, freezing is always superior unless you cannot set up a freeze and you need to crash to set up a freeze later, or you crashed because he's not there, you just killed him or whatever, right? That's when you fast push. This is good, you denied him a cannon, but like it was obvious he was coming. You should have seen him like arriving from a mile away, and you should have turned that fight after you took the cannon. Now, oh, this is a mess. See, because you didn't crash the wave, now the wave is stuck in this awkward position. Like, this is, like, it's not freezing, obviously, right? But neither is it crashing. Neither is it slow pushing because there's basically the same amount of minions, just like a couple more there, right? So you're just stuck in this awkward position where like he can go CS, you can go CS, but like nothing is actually being accomplished besides that. So you're not actually gaining anything. And now he kinda also, you should look to fight him here. I know you're not more aggressive. Now tell me, why should you look to fight him though? What's one thing that tells you that you should look to fight him here? Because I know that you should look to fight him here, like 100%. But wait, what's the one thing that you should look to fight him?
Okay, I can tell you my thought process. So I look at the levels. We're both 6, so that's sort of even. Then I look, okay, so minion advantage, disadvantage, and it seems relatively equal. Like if I go into him right now, there's a lot of casters.
Yeah, but you have W, right? So like these goes and okay, so
yeah, sure. So that's about all I can say.
Okay, see, you didn't look at the very important part.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
He hasn't backed yet, and so this is your window to kill him until he backs, right? He still has no healing reduction. He has no Conqueror still. Remember, he's still running Electric, right? That's not gonna change throughout the game. He also has no flash, right? And he just used his Q recently, right? So that's your window to kill him, and you should look to trade with him right now. But because when he gets his items, that's when it all goes tits up. Just go. You have to pressure him right now because you know he's weak right now. Just going. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm very scared of him like
But this,
somehow comboing me with the 6 because that happened so much time to me in the past that I'm somehow I've built in a fear.
to be honest, I mean, I see where you're
That's what I
coming from,
was
but like,
Garen.
just go and fucking, you know, turn up your ulti and just run him down because then you're faster. He has no spells. He has no conqueror. The fact that he has no conqueror here is huge because he has no sustain. Like right now, you're just like not achieving anything. Oh, here comes Master E, and now you go. You could have done this alone and it would have worked much better. Mom, all you did, okay, you can still run him down. Oh, that's unlucky. Okay, then just crash the wave and look to back. Just back, no. I mean, plates are good, but like, you're delaying your back by so much right now that you could have like, I think you should have just back because right now he's going to TP and run you. Oh no, what is he doing? He could just TP here and run you down, to be honest. With the TP home guards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, maybe one play would have been fine, but like, if he TP'd on the minions, he would have been run down. Like, there's no question about it. He could have TP'd instantly into the lane as well. He also didn't get healing reduction, which means you can still beat him. Up until he gets the healing reduction, you can still beat him. And also because you back so late that this ended up crashing, and now Garen can look for roams on mid, and your mid is very far up. Just eat a wave, Garen. What are you doing, buddy? Oh well. So you arrive here. To be honest, you should just run him down right now. Just go and fight him. Just fight him. You have approach velocity. You should just fight him right now. Like. Okay, now you're zoning him and you're building a wave. Now this is where slow pushing is good, because you start from here, right? So now you start building a wave for a slow push. Good, you're zoning him. Maybe don't go this far. No.
But there was VE.
Well, yeah, but like he's on him. It's
a recurring problem is that I always feel pressured into doing something when the jungler comes, you know, like often even if I feel, okay, this is not going to do anything, but then I'm scared, okay, he's going to go in anyway, and then it's going to be like a 1v1 and he's going to die. Something like that, you know? So I just end up, basically wasting my time, and I'm probably going to lose some CS and experience just to make sure this guy doesn't suicide or whatever. And then ping me. Maybe not in this particular situation, but like it's a generally recurring thing.
Yeah. I mean, I noticed you did it twice now. But okay, so here's the thing, okay? That's what pings exist for, right? You just pumping him to fall the fuck back. You tell him in chat, don't come top. We have no CC to kill him, right? This guy has tenacity, damage reduction, blah, 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 all that, right? Like, there's no way you kill him two man, right? You lose a shit ton of experience and gold here, right? By these minions dying. You lose your wave control to an extent. And if Graves is here, you lose the 2v2.
No. It's 3-1.
Exactly. So you should just tell him to not... Also, turn off your W, like you're just losing HP now for no reason. This is where you should look to crash your wave. Can you tell me why? I mean, you're not gonna be able to tell right now, but basically, Master E was topside and so was Graves. So you need Priya. Okay, you can still, you see, you could just run him down with your ultimate. There. Turn off your W, you're wasting it. You know your W costs HP, right?
Yeah, sure.
So you should turn it off, you shouldn't be doing this. It's very inefficient. Go poke him. You need to poke him, don't let him just get that CS for free. Okay, now you can set up a freeze, because he just said, don't hit the minion. Do not hit the minion.
You know what's gonna happen.
No, just trade with him. He has no healing reduction. And he has electrocute. Just go and go. Beat him. Just beat him. Ulti. Damn.
You see, I'm so low.
If you ulted him there, you could have just ran him down. Trust me. I used to play a lot of Mundo, but like, you're way stronger than you think, especially since he has no conqueror. The fact that he has no conqueror plays a huge role in this. You're never using your ulti aggressively, is what I'm seeing. You're only using it defensively, like ever. Good, I mean, you're keeping Graves here. Master E can get something on the bot side of the map. Maybe. But it's Master E, so most likely not. I mean, what happens here?
I think I'm gonna die.
Okay, no, don't touch the minions. He's pushing into you. Don't touch the minions. Just go back right now and just farm with Q. Just let him push in. You have no ulti. He's pushing into you. There's no reason to be here.
Yep. Guys, do I survive? No, I don't.
No, you do not. No, this was so close.
It was, yeah, that was treacherous. That was treacherously close. I was a bit upset that wasn't enough.
Oh.
You can't imagine how many times I missed opportunities to use the stopwatch in the last 20 games ever since I switched to having the stopwatch. So unused to having it, but a couple of times already it saved me. So I'm actually liking it.
And it also makes our items a bit cheaper. See, that was a good TP because of two things. Because the Herald is being taken and the wave is here. So even if the Herald wasn't being taken, this TP would have been fine because otherwise the wave potentially could have crashed into it. Now you can set up a freeze if the Herald isn't taken. But since the Herald is being taken, you should go there. And the better TP would have been here. But like, this is still fine.
Yeah, I make a mistake of farming the wave here.
Yeah, you should have went Herald.
A lot, actually, you'll see. Yeah, I will go eventually, and that was also stupid, I guess, right? I either should have not went at all or went directly.
Now you're just getting pulled around the map. That's what's happening. Yeah. And now you die. Okay. Now let's see how the wave... Okay, now the wave is gonna be stuck here, which means you're kind of fucked. Okay, so I'm just gonna wait till you respawn. Let's see. You walk to the lane. Okay, now let him push into you. Let him just push into you. He wants to drop that Herald. Let him do that. Like that. You look to set up a freeze right now. Don't. No, you just leave it. It's okay. The cannon is not gonna go anywhere. Okay. Okay, now pull the wave. Don't let it crash. Don't let it crash. Good. Tank it. Now. No! Do not do that! Leave the like 4 minions alive. Just kill a couple. I was like, oh, chipping the wave. That's good. And then you turn on the W, and I'm like, you could have just set up a freeze here, right?
Yeah.
And then what can he do if the wave is frozen here? When you're Mundo, as soon as he tries to come closer, you just Q him. It's simple as that, right? He still has no healing reduction, and now you got Sunfire, which means your W plus Sunfire hurt like a bitch. And if he tries to fight you in your minion wave, he deals no damage because Guidance E works on single target way better, right? See?
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, there's that. Let him push in, this is fine, just let him push in. You should use that Q on the minion. No, don't touch the minions! Do not touch the minions! Just let them come. No, that's good. No, now, one more. Don't. Okay. Okay. Kite him, don't full on. Okay. Don't full on fight him and he has 3 minions and you have 0. This is not good, you just need to kite him here. See, because you fought him there, the minions could not move forward, which means now they're stuck in an awkward position. See what I mean? Do I need to rewind?
No, yeah, I understand.
Alright. Why? Right now you're not gaining anything. Just let the minions come a bit close and then tank the wave. Chip it till the next one comes and then you just set up a freeze and just poke him with your Q. And the lane is over. Like, there's nothing you can do. Like, it's not about just, like you said, you know, good Mundo one tricks, just stand under turret. Yeah, because they're playing against good players that they cannot freeze as easily against, right? But like, you can just freeze against him, and if he tries to break that freeze until he has healing reduction, he cannot because he's gonna get poked down, and he comes into your minion wave to fight. He's gonna fight in your minion wave. He's gonna get chanked down by Sunfire. He's gonna get a little surprised Mundo in him, and then he cannot escape you because of approach velocity plus your ultimate, right? But right now, look, you cannot do anything because you're just consistently killing the minions for no reason, right? Also, I really enjoy top lane mods because it's just never ending laning phase in this elo. Like, you guys just don't leave. It's fun. It's fun. It's fun to watch. It's like you can get more out of it because like if I'm watching a mid laner's what, it's like 6 minutes and he's gone. You know what I mean? No matter what elo.
But it's also frustrating, like because I mean, like the lane went okay for me, but we're 14-15, 4-15.
I mean, I get that, but like, do you see how much more you could have done? Lane could have been much better than okay. He would have like 50 right now, and you would have maybe 100, right? Like then you can do something even if it's 4 and 15, right? You could have killed him a couple times, and it's like instead of 4 and 15, maybe it would be like 7 and 12, right? You know what I mean? Like you could have done so much more, even if it like seems frustrating because you cannot like help out your team. Like obviously you can still help out your team with what's the word, with TP and stuff, right? And if you crash the wave correctly, if you crash the waves correctly, you can roam and stuff, right? Okay. You should kill him here probably because of approach velocity. See, you can still run him down even now. What could have been like earlier when he's had no fades, no kindle gem. You win this 2v2 most likely. Just fight. It's E. Oh, you should have just fought that to be honest, but it's fine. Okay, now you should just go and take. Should just back. You shouldn't be here. You're gonna get dove. Just go back. Like there's no like Garen still has his ultimate. He can just dive here. Even if Master E is here, Master E cannot do anything. It's Master E. Look, now he's gonna die. He's gonna die 100%. Yeah, there you go. If Garen didn't ulti him there and he still would have died, they would have dove you now. Now you should just leave. Just leave. There's no reason to be here. Just leave and come back with full HP so you can do something. Right now you're just like you're letting him control the laning phase because you refuse to back because you're like I'm gonna miss like a wave of CS. But if he's smart,
isn't he gonna take the turret if I leave?
So, what does that change? Tell me, what does him getting a turret right here change for his team and for you? The turret is gonna die anyways.
Yeah, I guess I have a hard time letting go of it.
Okay, so I'm gonna
like such a major thing.
I'm gonna tell you what it changes. If it's the first turret, which it's not, the first turret is already fallen and will give him extra hook gold, right? But besides that, it's gonna fall. So then it creates a long blade, which means you can freeze right here. If you want to freeze, of course, right? Like, you can freeze right here and gain resources, and they cannot, pressure top as easily, right? And then you can build a wave and then crash it, blah, 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 all that, and look to move around the map. This just leaves you to getting dived because you're so greedy. Yep, and here comes the whole SKT. See, the turret died anyways. Oh, Kazadan pushed it out. That's not nice. Okay, you're going mid. Okay. You killed something. Your W, turn it off. You're wasting HP. You're wasting so much HP, Tim. You can turn it on later if you have turned it off earlier, right?
I think it at this point it balances out. Like it's like plus minus 0, but I don't regain the HP.
Like, look how much HP you lost because of you're not turning off the W. Like there is no upside to having it up. It doesn't give you movement speed.
No.
Exactly. So you can just turn it on and off, right? That's what it's about.
Yeah.
Okay, you can still run him down. See how you can do this even now? I mean, you couldn't do this if you had the healing reduction, right? But like he didn't. Just keep tanking the turret, nice. You still have your stopwatch, okay. Okay, now I guess just take top turret. There's nothing else to take on the map. Take the top turret. Nobody can stop me here. Should we take in the top turret?
I thought those guys are doing it, but they went for the Yasuo, which was... But I think they'll take the turret.
I guess they took the turret in the end. Okay, you go here. Do you have ulti? No, you do not. Okay, never mind. If you had the ult, you can just run them down, even if it's 2 of them. I'm serious, by the way, you're Mundo.
Yeah, I don't think I accomplished much here. We take it anyway.
Yeah, but you get some XP and CS, and you delay them to the point where they're gonna die. No, they're not gonna die. Okay. Oh, your ulti cooldown is so long. I forgot about it. I wanna play some Mundo now. Within the jungle. I really don't like Mundo top. I think he's very weak. I'm sorry, Tim. I think he's just bad in top lane. Like, no. Well, you should just back now. There's no reason to be here. Go back, get this. Okay, you're going back, good. Go back and get the top CS. Delay the game. Now you just have to turtle out the game. To be honest, I don't think much more happens here, but we can keep watching, see. Okay, you just go and... okay, let's just look. Oh, so you lost about like... Oh, fuck the chat. You're saved by the chat, but you lost a couple hundred HP for no reason. Like right now it's fine to have it up because you're doing something, right? You can just kite him. It's fine, you have your ult, you should be fine. Oh, you ulted way too late. You're not fine.
I didn't realize there were two of them. Stupid.
Should ult it anyways, even because like, if he's fighting you there, he knows something you don't, right? Like he wouldn't just be fighting you for no reason, right? And if he is, then you know you still ulti and like, also you didn't use this.
Yeah. Yeah, as I said, I still have problems with
Alright.
remembering I have that item. But it's getting slowly better.
As long as it's getting better, right? Okay, let's see where you go. You go bot. Okay, that's just fine to go. Tim.
What, but W? But I have Spirit Visage. It doesn't hurt me.
It still hurts you. Like.
But I mean, it gives like -10, let's say, and my regen is larger than that.
So you can just. What is the upside to using it early? Tell me one upside to using it early.
I mean, yeah, probably not much. But I don't know. But I guess the brand is like the tenacity. I guess is because he has some slow.
I mean, using it now is fine.
Yeah.
But like when you use it here, it doesn't give you any upside, and it builds your bad habit of using it always in a fucking.
Yeah, that is a point. Yes.
Yeah.
The habit is the problem.
Yeah, and then you use it in lane phase, and you lose half of your HP while you know that is going on. Now you should just take this. You shouldn't go top right now because top is not fully crashed. You should take this because they just respawned, right? Like, just yeah, you see. Like, should have taken them. Then you can go top, right? You get more gold that way. See, you're still using it for no reason. Okay, you're okay. This is actually not a bad fight. I should probably go 1 speed here. Okay, you run them down. Perfect. Yo, help E! I mean, this is good that you regroup with your team, but here you should have held the E because there's 2 of them there and they're do shit against you. And it's very important to keep E alive because with E alive, wait, why is there no fucking? Wait, how do I open this? Check the timers. There you go. Where is Baron? Did they take it? Did I miss them taking a Baron?
I don't think so.
No, they have. Why is it not on the map? It's actually pissing me off so badly right now. Wait, let me.
But it is. It's just in the fog of war, right?
But wait. It would still show you because of the ban. Like you would still see like the icon on the minimap. You see what I mean? That's what I'm referring to. There's no icon on the map.
Okay.
Wait. 1 sec. Show neutral camps. Turn off. Show neutral camps, turn on again. It's just bugged. But basically, keeping E alive is important there because it's a Baron. Like, you can get a Baron if he stays alive. Right?
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's that. Because you're literally fighting next to the Baron. And now you get a mid turret, which is nice. Like, it's not bad to get a mid turret, right? You should go there, to be honest, and help them not die there. Because you don't know what the fuck they're gonna pull kind of magic off and somehow all of them die. Which is exactly what happened. Both of them died, right? With you being there, there's less variety in that, right? As soon as he was coming, you should have stopped the back. And you still have your W on at all times. Should just back now. It's actually the... Okay, good Q, that's perfect. Now just go back, get your 1.2k, cash it out. Oh, I just walk, that's fine as well. Also, you should have went Gargoyle Stone played here. Do you know why?
No, my reasoning here was that Yasuo is 11-1, so I should go for like attack speed reduction type of stuff.
I see what you mean, yeah. But see, thing is, first and foremost, there's this. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So she has
Okay,
that.
yeah, well, she has it.
And you have 3 of these insane damage dealers, right? Which means you don't need damage. So Stonefleet just means you need to stay alive and help your team, you know, do their thing.
Mm.
Okay, now you should just go and farm camps, which I don't see what camps are up. I'm just going to turn off Fog of War, because yeah, camps are up. You should go and farm them, because right now, what are you achieving by standing here? There you go. You go there.
Yeah,
You get you make the right. Oh no! Hello, Tim.
yeah, because I see them. Yeah, I see that they're going to do something, and then I sort of, should I go to them or should I continue my thing? And I decide to sort of continue my thing, and they all die.
Oh,
So it's a
I mean, it was not a bad decision to take this, to be honest. But yeah, the game is kind of over now, right?
yeah, I
Okay,
think.
push it out and go back. No, don't contest this. You're just gonna die.
I don't, and I think I ping the Cassidy, but he dies anyway.
Yeah, the game is over. I think the game is very much over. Oh yeah. Wait. Now this is what I'm interested in. I don't lose HP anyway. Fuck the chat. Oh my god, I actually can just move this. I don't lose HP anyway. Yeah.
Do I lose HP right now? Like, look at the HP bar. No, I don't. Right? It's sticking up.
Yeah, it's sticking up, but the habit. Oh no, I guess you don't lose HP, but still, like the habit is there. Like it just pisses me off. I'm not keeping up. It just pisses me off. Like,
No, yeah, but you're right. I mean, it's better to build a habit of actually turning it on when I need to.
I mean, okay, let's see what happens here.
I think this goes well with Garen takes for inhib, something like that. Yeah.
You shouldn't TP here.
Yeah, that was too, but I was too low anyway, so I just had to go
Yeah.
back from it.
To be honest, you could have fought him and then pressed the stopwatch. But like,
Uh-huh.
it's still a bad TP in my opinion. You should just be backed. Okay, now you just delay the game for the inevitable. Okay, go get resources. You said about attack speed and you bought this? I don't know about it. Like, I know it reduces the attack speed, but Randins is much better in that scenario. But no, I mean, Tormil is really good here because they have 3 of these, right? But like, if you specifically went for attack speed, just always go for this because it also gives you that like slow, you know, and you know the 20% damage from attack, critical strikes, whatever, right? Which is huge because 100% crit, a lot of crit, right? No crit, but still. Like, Tormil is good here because of the healing reduction. That's why it's good, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you want specifically to reduce attack speed, always opt for Unduins. Shouldn't be here. Your team is just gonna die. Should have been with your team. Like, it's not worth being here because you have no TP and they're just gonna go and die one by one. And their enemies are gonna end the game. Oh, you kinda just walked into, yeah. Yeah. Well, this is over.